Hey there, Neil here with another Confessions of an Amazon e-commerce entrepreneur. Hope you've had a great week. My week's been kind of interesting on a lot of different levels. Obviously, I've started my podcast now, which has been a fascinating experience, and I've been studying a course by a very, very successful lady called Nicola Cairncross, and the course is called Be Everywhere Online. And essentially what this course teaches you how to do is to be everywhere online. So be on lots and lots of different platforms by leveraging content. So you'd make the content once. So this video, for instance, is content. Make the content once and then repurpose that for lots of different things. So YouTube and podcasts, Facebook posts, Medium, LinkedIn, all sorts of crazy stuff. Anyway, the course is fantastic, and I have found it to be extremely easy to do because Nicola kind of lays it all out and makes it really easy to understand. And I need easy. I need checklist. I come from my background as a chef and then a restaurateur. Everything in a kitchen is checklists. Everything is kind of recipes and checklists and getting yourself ready for service at 7 o'clock at night. So that's kind of how I like to operate, and Nicola seems to operate that way too, because her course is very much checklist focused. So it really works well for me. Anyway, so I've started my podcast, and I've been really enjoying that. It took me a little while to find a good guy to edit my podcasts. They kind of, you pass them an MP3 file, and then they edit it and take out all the ums and all the ahs and all those kind of things, which is great. And then when somebody's listening to it, it's a very seamless thing that they listen to, and it sounds good, and they also add some music to it and things like that. So it took me a while to find a good person, and that's one of the big things that I found in business in general, is that if you work with great people, your business and your life is so much easier. Like if you pay peanuts, you get monkeys. If you pay a decent wage, a decent salary to people, then you'll get good people. And I've personally found that it's well worth paying more, because the increase in stress-free night's sleep is well worth the money. If you pay rubbish, then you tend to get rubbish people working on your things for you. Anyway, so that's kind of been a good lesson for me to continue doing that. I had a couple of different options for some people in India who were like $5 an hour. And I did my usual thing where I put them to a test. So I did like an A/B split test between two different people. This one particular guy who's in Italy, and this other particular guy who's in India. Did a straight A/B test, gave them the same MP3 file, and then they gave it back to me. The Indian one was pretty crap, didn't really get much out, and the thing which was most important was that they hadn't really listened to the content. They just kind of skimmed through it looking for ums and ahs. Well, this other guy, this Italian guy, had actually listened to the content and then made edits based upon the content. So it's a much higher quality product. And it was more, like I think one was $5 an hour US, and the other was $10 an hour US. So still not a great deal of money, but still it's double the price. But I got a far better result out of that. So it was a good lesson for me. The other interesting thing this week was all around effort, and how little effort you actually need to put in to win in life. So a good example of that was I launched my own affiliate program this week for the Aussie online entrepreneurs, and I used a network called ClickBank to do that. And I picked ClickBank because I used to be an affiliate, and I was one of the ClickBank's top 100 affiliates in something called the Apex program back in the day when I was doing loads and loads of affiliate marketing. So it's a platform I know really well. And I think that they've got somewhere around about 250,000 affiliates, something like that, probably more now. who use the platform, so it's well liked and well respected, and they take care of all the kind of stuff, getting affiliates paid and things like that. So I went with ClickBank, and I ran a affiliate competition to find good affiliates, and also to kind of set my affiliate competition off with a bang. And the affiliate competition was pretty simple. Like, it was a 2-week period where I showed you how to promote the Aussie online entrepreneurs, and on the back of that, the person who made the most sales would win $1,000. So it's a pretty simple affiliate style competition. It's things I've done many, many times before. So I had, I think, 33 affiliates in the competition, and it looks like the winner will be somebody who has not made many sales at all. Like, I think 3 or 4 sales, something like that. And I've come from a background in affiliate marketing where, making 1,000, 2,000 sales is completely normal for this sort of thing. So it was surprising, but the most important lesson for me was that I know that this guy has done some things, but he will win because everybody else did nothing at all. And I think that's an incredible metaphor for business and for life in general. Most people think that, for instance, that Amazon is really, really competitive. Well, it is, but it's not competitive in the way that I would think about it, because I think of competition as people who are actively doing things to build their business. They're actively working on their Amazon business, actively trying to make it better, looking after their customers, looking for ways to improve their product, things like that. But that's not what 99% of the sellers on Amazon do. 99% of the sellers on Amazon put a product up and hope and pray for the best. And just like in any business, if that's all you do, you won't do very well. You just won't do very well. So this particular guy did something, and he's learning, and he's at the very beginning of his affiliate journey. But because he just followed the instructions and followed my step-by-step plans and applied it, he's made some sales, he's learned some cool things, and because he was the only person that did that, he will win $1,000. So a good lesson there is just to do, like, it doesn't require much more at all than anybody else to completely dominate. Like, it's so easy. You just have to do a tiny bit more than everybody else, and everybody else does sweet FA. So you can see the playing field is seriously sloped in your direction. Even if you just take a little bit of action, you can really, really win. So that was kind of cool. Another thing what's happened this week was one of our clients for Raw Local, a law firm, has decided that they want to expand their services into Singapore, which is kind of cool. So they operate in a particular area of law where they look after people who have been in accidents and want to get compensation for those accidents through insurance. So workers' compensation, traffic accidents, things like that. So they are expanding into Singapore, which is exciting for us because that's a market that we've never been into and sold anything in. So I've been doing loads and loads of research on the Singapore marketplace. 4 million people there. 1 million out of the 4 million are expats, are kind of there from other countries. So 25% of their population wasn't born in Singapore. They've just gone there to go and work, or a lot of times to go and be tax residents there because it's very favorable tax in Singapore. So that's kind of cool. So I'm looking forward to doing some more work on that and to seeing how their business will scale on a global marketplace. I personally find that very, very exciting, to take a business that's doing well in Australia, for instance, and take that business into another country. That's what you do on Amazon, of course. You've got a business that's doing very well in the US, like on one of my Amazon businesses, and we've now scaled that into Europe, and we're trying to scale that into India as well, although that is a ridiculously frustrating thing to do. But still, as always, going back to the affiliate thing, those people that do things just a little bit more than other people get all the riches in life. And so I'm focused on that, and I'm going to make it happen. Did 2 great interviews this week. One with Jeff Wainwright, who's one of the Aussie online entrepreneurs, and the other with Mick Kelly, who's another Aussie online entrepreneur, and had a blast talking to those guys. It was really good for me because, you get to, I spend a lot of my time behind a computer screen, don't really get to talk to folks very much. And so it was great, not only because, they're good blokes, but it was also good to kind of make some new friends. I feel like I'm really good friends with them now, and to have a greater understanding of their background and what it is that's brought them to e-commerce and to building an e-commerce business. And also because they're kicking ass, both of them doing really, really great and making some good money and setting themselves free. So it was a fantastic thing. I'll put some links underneath this video to both of those for you so you can check them out. If you get the opportunity, they're extremely good. Both of them had some great tips about building these Amazon businesses. Well worth checking out. And then final thing, I guess the second to final thing was my a thing all around paying attention to details. I swapped my accountant about I think 3 months ago, something like that, because I changed my tax jurisdiction. I won't go into too much detail there, but so I swapped my accountant, and my new accountant had just kind of basically picked up where my old accountant had left off and was carrying on doing things. And then this week they did a end of my quarter recce on all my accounts, and they discovered that my old accountant had been undercharging one of my clients for a considerable amount of money. 5 figures. It was being undercharged. So I feel like that was a very good bonus. Like, I feel like it's a Christmas bonus that my new accountant has found, and that, I think, as well, was a good lesson all around paying attention. Like, I'd really taken my eyes off of the ball and kind of trusted my accountant, my old one and my new one, to do a lot of things with my business, because as your business grows, you have to outsource more and more and more. And as I've said, you have to find good people. Otherwise, you just can't outsource, and it keeps your business small. Stops you going to the beach and things like that, going surfing, which I, not that I surf, but I do like going to the beach. So that was kind of cool, and my new accountant was very, very happy, as you can imagine, to have found me some money that my old accountant screwed up. I think there was some competition there between the two of them. So he was very, very happy with that. And then this week as well, Natasha, my wife Natasha, was sick. She was no-how with the flu. And so I've been playing daddy daycare, taking the girls to school, making sure they're okay, doing their lunches, picking them up from school, yada, 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 doing all the things what Natasha would normally do for them. And it really, really brought home to me how lucky I am to be married to a great woman like Natasha. But I also realized as well that if I were a single parent, it would be ludicrously difficult to build a business. It would be ludicrously difficult to build a business. And I think about people, like I have a friend of mine here in Portugal who recently got divorced, and he's really fighting over the money that his wife, his ex-wife, is now due, because he's built this big business. And he says, oh, she didn't do anything for the business. She had no part in the business. I did everything for this business. And it's really made me understand now that even though his wife may have not physically worked in his business, there is no way in hell, he's got 4 kids, there is no way in hell he could have built that business were it not for his wife doing the things with the kids. And I really got that this week on a deep level. So if you are a single parent watching this, then hats off to you. Whilst I have not got the same level of experience you have of that, I can at least empathize with you and know how difficult that is to do that. So kudos to you. that's it for this week. I've been doing some cool YouTube testing as well on some YouTube marketing, but I'm not really ready to share the results of that just yet. I may have something next week for you on that, but I hope you enjoyed this little update, and please comment below what you think about anything I've talked about single parents, about found money, about my podcast or the Singapore business, or indeed the affiliate program, and doing just a tiny little bit more. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and expect to hear this on a podcast too. Thank you very much, Nicola Cairncross, on a podcast too. And over and out for this week. Thanks so much for listening. Speak to you soon. Bye.